This is the guided note video for zero exponents. So the learning target, I can use the zero exponents property to simplify monomials. The zero exponent property is a property that allows us to simplify monomials. In these guided notes, we'll see why any exponent with a power of 0 equals 1. So right there, I kind of ruined it. Say we have a base x with a power of 0. Okay? Turns out anything with a power of 0 is the number 1. Okay? And you might be thinking, why is that? So we know that any base with a power of 0 equals 1 because of the quotient of powers property. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. So if we have x cubed over x cubed, okay, the quotient of powers property tells us to simplify this monomial by subtracting the power in the numerator by the power in the denominator. Okay, and this only works because they have the same base. Their base is x for the numerator and denominator. Okay, so using the quotient of powers property, x cubed over x cubed is the same thing as x to the 3 minus 3, which is, of course, x to the 0. So we have something to a power of 0, so we know our answer is going to be 1. But if we think back to basic properties of division, anything divided by itself equals 1. Okay, so if we had 2 divided by 2, since 2 is being divided by itself, that equals 1. If we had 100 divided by 100, we would get 1. Okay, same thing works here for monomials. So we have x cubed divided by x cubed, okay, so x cubed being divided by itself, which will be 1. So that's how we know that any exponent with a power of 0 will equal the number 1. Okay, and a lot of people tend to make the mistake, instead of having this equal 1, they put x to the first power. Okay, there's a huge difference here. We have no more x's, okay, our base changes, and we are left with the number 1. At this time, I would move on to the example video for zero exponents.